the referee, but Norwich got scant advantage from that, didn't they? Haller to Milligan. Poynton's wide left if he wants to use him. Here he is. Well, that was a kind of fictional fantasy land 1-2. Nobody there to play it with.
But it's better from Oldham, Ian. They seem happier and they seem better when there's a little bit of pace injected into their game and a bit more tempo in their play. I think when it's slowed down the game, then I think Norwich are the more comfortable side. They want to pass it, take the pace out of the game. But when Oldham, if they can help it, the pace and the tempo of the game for any particular amount of time, it would certainly favour them.
Now Norwich with a chance maybe to counter quickly. Not even the speedy Such is going to be able to keep that in. Oldham's throw, and they're building up a bit of a head of steam at the moment, Oldham. Oldie's ball is not good enough. There's a more business-like air about Oldham in this second half, and Norwich will have to weather this little period of the game, you feel. Could be quite crucial. Haller, and well policed by Darryl Such. This little compact ground at Boundary Park, holding only 16,700, and much of it now seated with a new £2 million stand. At the end, Norwich are attacking the Rochdale Road end, which is where they're trying to head at the moment. And with Crook, and now Fox. And when he's got the ball, it could be business for Norwich. Crook again.
That's good playing from both midfield players, both Ian Crook and Mike Milligan there. Crook going in the overlap to help him, and Milligan tracking him back from the midfield area.
Phillips is going to take the corner for Norwich. Here it comes. Holston trying to close in on it. Now Oldham. Yellow shirt streaming back, and the momentum just lost for Oldham for the moment, but they still have it with Henry. Now Marshall. Henry again. Played in for Olney. And Bernard just forced a wee bit wide. Weight on the pass, not quite right. Bernard did very well, that was clever. And some good defending in there from John Polston.
And it needed to be. I just felt if Ian Olney had shown a little bit more desire here and got up earlier, it just might have made it more difficult for the centre half. They allowed John Polston to climb all over him.
He took a knock as well in that exchange, did Polston. Polston broke his nose earlier in the season against Chelsea. Mick Harford was involved in a collision with him. I'm not surprised he broke something.
Well, you can see here it's a difficult one for him. As he tries to lean over, just takes a little knock. I'm not so sure whether the ball's not just caught flush in the face.
Yes, I think the ball didn't hit him on the forehead. It may have hit him on that... maybe there was some contact with Olney's head. One of those things you won't know till later. Mike Walker, the Norwich manager, chews his gum, watches, and in came Jobson with the header. He scored last time we were here against Everton, and he looked dangerous there too.
That's what they look from this right side. They look for the outswinger, and they look for Jobson to keep it in play. Recent goal they scored against Aston Villa was exactly that. Jobson won the corner, only flicked it in almost on the line.
Neil Adams comes on for Oldham Athletic. Ian Oldie is the man who comes off the field. Oldie, who's had a shoulder injury and may well have been feeling that. It was a bit of a race against time to get him fit for this game. And Adams is a wide player and looks like he'll play wide right. Ooh, real pace from Fox has got him there. And good tackling back from Poynton. He recovered that situation expertly.
I think Neil Adams will be asked to tuck in. when they lose the ball in the midfield area, but I feel sure that when Oldham get it now, that they're going to have some natural width for them on this right side, and I don't think it will be such a bad thing for them.
Headed down by Marshall. It was into the path of Sharp, but Butterworth was there first. Neil Adams, one of many former Everton players here at Boundary Park, cost £100,000 in 1989. Used to play for Stoke as well. Marshall with the back header. Adams' first touch is pretty good, isn't it? To Haller. Haller, chance at the cross. By Bowen, and Haller has another chance. And again, not good enough.
Well, if you don't miss front men in those situations, Ian, then you're never going to get crosses in.
3 against 3. Norwich breaking forward. Fox against Poynton. Poynton stood up well and stopped him getting there. Now back to Crook. Nearly reaches such, and Haller got an important little flick header on that. Norwich City into the corner. 4 goals already at Boundary Park tonight. That's the corner count. Oldham leading that little race. Good defensive header and a bit of pushing anyway in there. I thought the whistle had gone there for a moment, but there must have been a phantom whistler somewhere in the crowd. Play on anyway, Fox. Henry again. Seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? Adams trying to break on the end of this one, but Gunn is a facile winner of that race. And Adams is offside on his way back.
They've actually played Will Fox a lot better in the second half, Ian. Neil Poynton in particular has got a lot closer to him. He's made life far more difficult for him, and Will Fox certainly hasn't had the space that he enjoyed in the first period of the game.
One in the air by Jobson, who doesn't do much wrong in the centre of that Oldham defence, as Graham Taylor has noticed, including him in his last 2 England squads. Man who was discovered at Burton Albion, playing non-league football. Norwich having a slightly better spell here. Bowen, again they look to get it to Fox, who got up well, but there was nobody there at all inside. Oldham 2, Norwich 2, and I suppose if Norwich were to hold on for a point here, they would regard it as no bad result. Not the easiest place to come in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I think in the context of them having taken the lead twice, they wouldn't be too happy with dropping 2 points.
Here's Robbins. Oh, he was looking to pick up Such's run. Such battled that well. He's given Robbins another chance. Sharp now for Oldham. This is the 19-year-old Bernard. Marshall to Milligan. Haller. Adams is wide, but they waited a long time to get it to him till he was closed down, and Bowen bringing him down from behind. Must be booked, I think, for that. That isn't. Well, he chopped him down pretty cynically from behind from where I was sitting. But I think the referee took the view it was his first offence and gave him the benefit of the doubt. What do you think, Andy?
Oh, I think so. I think he must have done that, but it is, he's just chopped Neil Adams down. And I'm quite happy to see that, unless it's a really bad foul. Sometimes I think referees tend to whip out the yellow card far too easily.
Of course, it's the old problem, isn't it? Consistency. Yeah. Another referee, and you would have been in the book. And that's what the players, of course, always moan about. But until we have computers refereeing the games, and God forbid, it's bound to happen. Mustn't give them ideas, must we? Here comes the cross. Beckford is in there. And the bounce was kind to Oldham in the end. More of a swagger about Norwich at the moment. Getting their passing going. This is a good move. Culverhouse is in behind again. Well trapped back Poynton. Flags up on the far side. There's an offside in there somewhere. The referee's now acknowledged it, and he's allowed the play to go on. Phillips forward. And Beckford running, but he's not going to catch that. Not in a month of Mondays. Referee with the yellow, linesman with the yellow flag, that's Eddie Welsh. And ref Robbie Hard, of course. He saw him, but nothing came of the move anyway, so no harm done. Could have been a bit tricky had Norwich gone on to score. Here's Beckford. Beckford's had a series of problems actually with injury. I asked Mike Walker the other day, I said to him, what's been wrong with Beckford then? He said, oh, everything. Too long a list to mention, he said.
Yeah, he will be pleased to be playing the big man, won't he?
Hasn't done at all badly either, really. I suppose in normal logic you would expect him to just start tying up in the last quarter of an hour when he hasn't started a Premier League game all season.
Well, that won't matter, will it, to Mike Walker, because he's got Newman and Sutton on the bench, and he can bring either of those two on to play up front with Mark Robbins.
Now Oldham have a free kick here. And they have Sharp up there, they have Marshall, Bernard, Adams and Jobson on the far post. Poynton with the free kick. Is charged down by Fox, who's one of the smallest men on the field. It was not the best of free kicks, was it?
No, when you get a free kick like that and you're looking to score goals and you've taken all the big men upfield and you hit the wall with it, it's very, very frustrating.
Poynton. Cut out by Polston, who's had a pretty solid game there at the back for Norwich City. Here's Poynton with another chance to exercise his crossing ability. This one is won by Jobson, knocked on towards Adams. Oh, and it was, he got it away. Sharp again. Jobson starting to come forward more from his defensive duties. Forward hitting it long. Both sides have tightened up a deal in the second half, as indeed they had to. I thought we might be heading for one of those 5-5 draws like they had at Oxford the other night at one time. Haller. And Bowen doing well, and he was pushed and shoved and had half his shirt ripped anyway.
Well, we couldn't have expected the teams to come out, Ian, really, and probably produce another 4 or 5 goals the second half, because defenders have a bit of pride about their play, and they would have been anxious to tighten up all round. But from Oldham's sake, I would like to see them try and get the ball to this near side here, to Neil Adams, and try and stretch them a bit. I do feel if they go down the left side, the crosses are coming in from anything from 30 to 40 yards from goal, and at a type of angle it really does suit the big centre backs at Norwich at the moment.
Look at Fox here, that's a great run from him. Here's the cross, cut out by Redmond. Really was an electrifying burst of pace that from Rule Fox. Real extra gear stuff. Exciting to watch. Lovely to see. Here he is again. Delicious turn this time. And the cross. Haller gets there first. Fox has really started turning on the razzle-dazzle over on the far side. He's in the mood now. He's got it again. Lovely bit of control from him. Phillips on the far post. It hit Haller's back. Redmond, well, composure itself in the end.
Graham Sharp won't thank his teammate there, will he? Chase the goal back to the goalkeeper and expects him to get out. Just needed a little bit of patience from Neil Boynton there.
Guess the distance, was it 20 or 25 metres offside? Here's Henry. And Sharp hitting it wide for Adams. Here's Adams now, looking to pick up Marshall's run. Haller once again. Adams trying to do for Oldham what Fox is doing for Norwich on the right. Such is wise to it all. Jobson. Haller. Milligan. Adams. He's policed by two Norwich defenders when he's getting it. Here's Milligan again. And a nice touch, Milligan. Missed completely and almost knocked back from Marshall. Sharp's idea was good. It was Crook, I think, who missed his kick rather crucially in all of that.
Yeah, you could see what Graham Sharp was looking for there, and Ian Marshall just went a little bit to sleep. Perhaps not being a natural striker didn't help him in that situation, Ian Marshall.
Hallworth in a top that looks suspiciously like a Manchester City second strip. That's a good ball, that. Marshall on the edge of the box. Sharp. And then Milligan trying to find point, and that was nice football from Oldham.
And good defending from Will Fox. Showing that that's a part of his game as a wide man you have to have in your armoury.
Yes, it was good tracking back from a man who's been out most of the season. First game back. Look at this run through the middle here from Phillips. Norwich could have something on here. Fox, he's got Beckford there in the middle, and there is Beckford! And an instinct save from Hallworth. Bailed Oldham Athletic out there.
Well, it certainly kept him in the game, hasn't it? Darren Beckford must have felt sure he was going to open his account. A great ball in from Will Fox. Had pace and accuracy. All Darren Beckford needed to do was get good contact.
Not a decent looking cross. Dropping around menacingly. This time Oldham get it away. Must say the marking left plenty to be desired in that last attack. Beckford was easily picked out by Fox.
It's a great ball in, wasn't it? Great ball.
It's a good throw-in. Milligan playing the 1-2 with Bernard. Important little foot in from Polston. Free kick, Oldham.
But I think that a little example of the game really is so finely balanced. It really could go either way.
Not a bad game, is it, Andy?
Oh, it's been great stuff.
Adams gets the cross, it looks a good one too. Johnson was in there, and Beckford got back with the defensive header, and he had to too.
Difference area, and they're far nearer the goal for crossing it. There's almost parallel with the 18-yard line there, and that's the difference. It's a better area to be crossing the ball in from, and I feel that that's what Oldham have got to do, get the ball a little bit further forward before they look to cross it.
They looked for the training ground move, the near post, but Polston won it. Is Marshall. And over the top from Sharp. I've seen him score with those before in his Everton days.
Oh yeah, he's always prepared to try something different, Graham Sharp. And as it came back to him, you could see what was in his mind. He's looking to bend that little one into the far corner.
Graham Sharp, who's the post-war top goal scorer for Everton. Now Marshall, he's tireless. It's not a bad-looking ball. Sharp and Polston both missed it. Bernard for Oldham. And Culverhouse did very, very well indeed, because not only has he got the ball back, it's Norwich's goal kick. He deflected it against the shins of Bernard.
I think Bernard in that situation, all he has to do is just be a little bit patient, and Neil Poynton is absolutely steaming up to support him. And a little roll back, and Pointed can cross it from a really dangerous area.
Ian Culverhouse, whose young brother David is now a pro with Spurs. Henry, not his best ball of the night, but no marks off really as far as I'm concerned for him. He's worked and worked and worked in there for Oldham. Butterworth wins it. Robbins heading it on, but no alarms this time for Oldham.
They've just pushed Paul Bernard slightly wider as well, Oldham, as if they're saying to themselves, well, let's try and get a little bit of width now on both sides and put some crosses in.
Well, that was almost a great ball from Marshall to pick up Henry, and it was some very good defending as well.
He's been close, Nicky Henry, on a few occasions tonight. He's been very unlucky that he hasn't been able to link up properly, but what he's shown is a great desire to keep going and not get disappointed when the ball doesn't reach him.
Good working back it was too by David Phillips to make the interception. Beckford trying to plough a way through. Not been an easy night down there for Neil Poynton, but he's stuck to his task well. He's one who probably wishes Fox's hamstring injury had taken another week to mend. Well held up again by Sharp, intelligently. This is not long towards Marshall, but Butterworth is the one who's there. Last quarter of an hour now, rain slanting down at Boundary Park. Players soaked under the floodlights. Monday Night Football live on Sky Sports. Here's Jobson. Redmond. Gilligan takes the easiest option. Game very, very finely poised, you feel. Certainly wouldn't rule out another goal. It doesn't look really sort of deadlocked and negative, anything like that, does it?
Well, they're both positive at the moment, still looking to go forward. Norwich, who you may suspect now, might be thinking, hold on, we're away from home here, another point here tonight takes us to second in the division. That ain't bad. Perhaps they might start to get negative, but it hasn't shown yet. Oldham, well, they're not a negative thought in their minds. They'll continue to throw men forward, looking for a winner.
Butterworth was climbing all over Sharp, and this gives Oldham a free kick in a dangerous position. They gambled by trying to take it quickly, and the gamble failed. And they might regret that, because that really would have been a very promising position for somebody to just curl one for the top corner. Now Adams.
That's a wasted opportunity, you're quite right, Ian. Little Nicky Henry's having the right pop at Mike Milligan.
Haller on the left foot. If he had a really good shot in that left foot, those runs he makes inside would be very dangerous. You often see that, don't you, with good left backs who come inside and they don't have a right foot to hit it with, and the same with right backs who don't have a left foot. Here's Redmond's corner. Goes all the way. Marshall to keep it in. Jobson stayed forward on the far post for Oldham if they can find him. Said they try to pull Norwich out and work an opening. This is Haller. Now Redmond, just about everybody forward for Oldham in there. Drops for Sharp. And it just bounced away from him at the crucial moment. Haller. Again, not enough length on his cross. Henry. Poynton. Phillips with a wild clearance, that's the only way of describing that. Polston. Now Milligan. And Haller does well to get the foot in to find Adams. Adams again, that's a better looking ball. Skidding across and deflected off Crook for the corner. And the crowd switch up the decibel level for a moment. They sense maybe that Oldham could snatch something late here. The chant is "Come on Oldham, come on Oldham," ringing all around the gantry that Andy Gray and I are talking to you from. Here comes the corner now, and a free header for Jobson.
I think what you'll find actually, he's headed it off the back of Darren Beckford's head. Otherwise he could have been celebrating a goal here, George. Watches he attacks it very well. Down it goes, and there it is off the back of Darren Beckford's head.
Hawkeye Gray strikes again. Well done, Andy. Now Redmond's cross, another one, and this time Gunn gets it safely, and Norwich breathe a little easier, and Brian Gunn can afford a little smile.
But that's what they need, Oldham, now. They need to try and sustain that little bit of pressure now for the last 10 minutes.
Point here would be a much better result for Norwich than it would be for Oldham, who are down near the bottom. They might have more than a point here. Bernal was the one closing in, but the bounce wasn't very kind to him.
It was always going to be a difficult ball to control on his chest with the way it was bouncing at him. I just wonder if the young lad ever thought for a moment of just putting his head on it. It's a wicked ball to control, but just as it bounces, you know, could he have just thrown his head at that and maybe just cleared Brian Gunn?
You would have done, wouldn't you?
Well, I was better with my head than my feet, so there's no danger of it. What I would have done.
Gunnar Haller, who was in that Norway team that took a point off England at Wembley. And such cannot reach this one. Norwich City, I know Mike Walker, the manager, has been a little bit annoyed that his side have been up at the top and people haven't really been talking about them and have regarded them as freaks up there. And he'd like to see them taken, I know, a little bit more seriously. He says we intend to stay around, and this is quite an important little test for them tonight. 2-2 inside the last 10 minutes. Bowen with the throw. Picked up by Poynton. That was first touch, just allowed Norwich a bite. Fox, clever player. Good to see players like Rule Fox, isn't it, out there? Game needs them. Jobson with a real storming run this from the back. Henry just a yard in front of him, and Bowen was across.
There again was that little Nicky Henry's a fraction away with connecting with a little through ball.
Well, this time the same man, Nick Henry, is offside. He's played all his career with Oldham, apart from a little spell in Sweden with Halmstad. Liverpool boy. Not a boy, really, 23 now. He and Mike Milligan have always been the linchpins in the centre of the Oldham midfield, except for that little spell when Milligan was off to Goodison Park. Beckford with a good back header. Fox, can he get the cross in? Oh, that was clever from Fox. He's still got it. He's not going to score with that, is he? My goodness me, that would have been a contender for anybody's goal of the month at least.
Oh, goal of the season perhaps. Great skill all round from Real Fox. Watch how his little brain's working here. Lift it over there, keeps composure, dinks a little one over, and his accuracy just lets him down. That was a glorious chance though for them to win the game for Norwich.
That was sensational stuff, really, from Real Fox. It really was.